Welcome to take two.
Take two. Welcome back.
Thanks for joining us.
Thank you so much for joining us.
You put your box right over our nose.
Oops.
I'm Sue, or I'm Michael.
I'm Sue. I missed my line. I'm Sue.
I'm Michael.
And we are a close-knit family.
It is Tuesday, May 7th, 2019. Do we want to...
I'll talk about it in a minute. This
Okay.
is Season 2, Episode 3.
We'll talk about that in a second. We are a Nidcast from Armstrong in the North Okanagan region of British Columbia, Canada, following my adventures as a newer knitter and our ongoing yarn and knitting addiction.
Yeah!
Yeah, man! Woo!
Woo!
Getting hyped.
Yay.
Okay. The skies above Armstrong.
We have a news flash. It is officially the return of the stink.
Bum, bum, bum!
Oh, that's loud.
I'm sorry.
Okay. Take it down a notch. It is the return of the stink.
Yes.
We've only had really one night of it so far.
Yeah. Do we start Skies Above Armstrong because of the smoke or the stink?
Well, we went with the stink.
Yeah.
And then the mosquitoes.
Right, and then the smoke.
And then the smoke.
Yeah. Okay.
And that's when we were like, apparently the skies above Armstrong have a lot to offer.
It's a hip happening thing.
But now we're back to
the
stink that started it all.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh my Lord. So for those of you who haven't been with us for roughly a year, the stink is a wonderful odiferous
Yeah.
event that happens in the springtime. It's relatively new to us. This will be our third year of the stink. And it happens in the springtime. Now it went the other night when it overcame our house. One of our local counselors happened to be sitting at our table playing a game with us, and as his wife started to retch and gag at the table, and we ran around to close windows, and I said, so I wonder if that was the dog or if that's the city.
Stink.
Well, I said the city.
Oh, the city.
And he just looked up and he went, the city.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I guess, well, he explained the whole thing. There are things that are blocked and things that don't work anymore. And essentially in the springtime, I guess as the weather warms up.
Yeah, and the water table rises.
Nothing. The lagoon flips. So it's something that'll happen in big lakes too.
Okay.
Where the water at the bottom is warmer than the water at the top.
Okay.
And the
okay.
Okay, so the water flips.
Okay.
And with that there's the release of the stink.
Okay, as all that water that's been sitting at the bottom of the sewage treatment pools rises to the top. Okay.
Yes, in the lagoon. So he says 2 more years, it's in the budget.
Yeah.
To get that all taken care of, but it's going to be 2 more years.
Okay.
Of the stink.
Okay.
But it's this you can just imagine, based on what we already said, it's this horrid smell, and honestly, it does. It feels like a mustardy, gold, brown, green cloud just rolls over, and it's like this wall of... Anyway.
There will be a very special time of day at our house where you could be in the house and fine, out in the carport, be fine, walk to the end of the driveway, and you're retching.
Yeah. So... it's very special. We have beautiful evenings. The temperature's just right.
Yeah.
We could be sitting outside enjoying.
And that's weird.
But you can't breathe.
That's a weird smell. Better get inside because it's already too late.
Yeah. And you want to have your windows open. It's just that right kind of temperature. Yeah. It's not too cold, not too warm. Get some fresh air in the house. Not gonna happen.
Once it starts to stink.
So. Welcome. We'll keep you posted on the stink.
Absolutely.
We'll have to check back on last year and see when the stink disappeared.
Absolutely.
But
yeah.
So far, only one night of the stink, but we'll see what happens from there.
Okay.
I'm glad we shared that.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Okay,
How
so
conversational of us.
about the whole season 2, episode 3.
Yes.
So our last 2 episodes would have been season 2, episode 1 and 2.
Yes.
Well, we're gonna kind of go with by our anniversary date, and then start new episodes. So our anniversary was
April.
something.
Yeah.
And I think this is just going to make it easier for us if we want to find something. We'll go, yeah, that was the springtime in the second year we did this, or the first year, and hopefully that would be easier for you too if you wanted to look back on something and can't remember the episode number, but you might know, okay, it was in the first year or the second year or whatever. So season 2, episode 3. That's a new change.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Okay.
What else do we want? I guess I will bring up. So I found, I think, my next knit.
Okay.
Well, okay. Let me rephrase that. I think I've decided what I'm doing with some yarn that up until now had a little question mark on it.
Okay.
And I'm going to, so on our Ravelry, one of the cover shots right now on Ravelry is the Ursa sweater. Now this is the linen version of the Ursa. And it's Ursa spelt U-R-S-A. So there's the Ursa, which is a bulky knit. Let me see if I can find it here semi-quickly. The Ursa is a bulky knit, and I'm not going to find it semi-quickly. Oh, there it is. Super cute sweater. Oh, there it is. Sorry, I'm being technical.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so that's actually what I thought.
Okay.
So, the Ursa itself is a bulky knit. And it's got a little bit of brioche around the bottom there. But I think it's super attractive and flattering.
Yeah.
And I love that detail, especially for someone who's a little bit larger. It brings you in and up. Nice crop top, lots of cool ways that can be styled. So I like it in the bulky. Then there's Ursa Minor, which is so Ursa is the bear.
Yes.
Ursa Minor would be a smaller bear.
Yeah.
And so, therefore, Ursa Minor, which is still a bulky knit. And then Jacqueline, so her name's Jacqueline, Cieslak? C-I-E-S-L-A-K.
Cieslak?
And she also has knit it in a linen weight and made some hacks to it. And she has a project page that tells about all her hacks. So I'm hoping that in I know in this one I'll have enough, but I'm hoping that I'll have enough yarn in this one to make the linen version. And this is a cotton, hemp, and ramie. It's actually very soft.
Yeah.
But I'm hoping, to make one in this, but I'd also like to make a bulky version. So I'm going to see how that goes. My other option, if I don't have enough yardage with that one, it's about 400 and something, which I should have more than enough with that one. But if I don't, then I'll make it out of the Zoe from Juniper Moon.
Oh.
This one is a soft cotton linen blend. This is the one that I had originally swatched up for the Roselle tea.
Oh, yeah.
But I wasn't really happy with the fabric for what we were doing, so it got put aside. And so maybe one of those might turn into the linen version of the Ursa.
Okay.
We'll see what happens. And I am going to try to talk Michael into knitting one of these for his girlfriend because I think it would totally suit her.
I do too.
So Mike and I might have a little knit along.
Maybe.
With the Ursa. Maybe that'll help keep us both on track. We'll see. But anyway, so that's something I want to do. Yeah, I guess, we don't have really a lot of... What did I say everything? Yeah, so 417 meters. That's what I was looking for.
Yeah, that's all that's in our chit chat.
Okay, this is going to be a really short one today,
Well,
guys. And you know what? I apologize for that. Well, no, here, this is chit chat. I haven't even taken it out of the box yet.
Is it chit chat?
This is chit chat. Mike doesn't understand this.
I don't understand this.
This is simply a PSA.
Okay.
This is a public service announcement.
Okay.
We're getting to that time of year where we're all thinking about fans, aren't we? And many, many moons ago, like 20 years ago, I don't even know if you were born yet, honestly. My husband and I had need of a little fan that would sit on our, the window ledge to help draw some air through our house in the summertime. And so this was a nice, not this fan, a different one. We had this little fan, and we were talking about this the other night, and we both said, boy, we sure do wish we still had that fan.
Because it broke.
It broke because I ended up taking it to work. This fan, it's just little, you can see. It is just little. Put it beside our heads. It is just a little fan. This thing moves more air than any fan I have ever known. It moves more air than the big box fans.
Yeah.
It moves more air than the ones that go...
Yeah.
This is an amazing fan. And I know people will look at it and go, hey, but it's not enclosed. And so that's going to hurt somebody. Maybe a very small person.
Yeah.
But when this is running, I can put my finger right in it and it stops and it doesn't hurt.
Yeah.
So it's really, it's a pretty safe, and I know that's not going to tell you anything, but it's a pretty safe fan from that respect.
Yeah.
I had this when I was working as a bank teller, I had this at my wicket to help keep me cool. And being knitters and with warm things on us, this is great to sit on a coffee table and no, I'm not like sponsored by them at all.
No.
It's just, this is a really, really good fan, and I am spreading the news because when there's something that is good,
You let people know.
spread the news. So that is
Classic.
what it looks like. We got ours at Home Hardware in Canada. And I don't know what to tell you for other places in the world.
But it's very nice.
But it's an awesome fan.
Yes. That one even says made in Canada, so maybe it's not in other parts of the world. Maybe that's style, though, so... Yeah.
Okay. So, that, as I say, that is just a PSA. If you see a fan like this and you're thinking, what's the point?
Pick it up.
This is an awesome fan. And so much so that we bought two just recently. So,
Oh, two?
well, okay, I wanted two.
Okay.
Dad insisted on trying out a different kind too, a different fan, type of fan. And I said, fine, then still get two of these ones, but no. Anyway.
Okay. Anyway.
Moving right along.
That puts us into Yarnquisitions. This has been Yarnquisitions.
Yeah.
Foes!
It's done, people!
Well, mostly. It's done. My Catherine Ann shawl is completed.
And it's beautiful!
It really is. I'm happy with this. I screwed up the lace at the bottom and in more ways than I only did one repeat when I was supposed to do two. And I would totally reknit this. I would find some different yarn and I would do it all over again.
But it's gorgeous. So this was Isis Fiber Arts.
Yeah, Isis Fiber Arts, Black Mondo Grass and Eryngium were the colorways. And yeah, it's very nice. I am very happy with the Catherine Ann shawl.
So that's the Catherine Ann shawl by Sue Garens.
Yes, it's a free download on Ravelry.
And I'm wearing...
and you're wearing yours.
I'm wearing my second one, but you've seen it before, but for those of you who are new, there's the Catherine Ann shawl in a different colorway.
And a little bit of experimenting on one of the sides there.
Oh yes, that's right, I experimented
A little bit on
in there.
this part.
Yeah. So I just added some eyelets to see how that would work. I think it's kind of pretty.
Yeah. That's also a very nice yarn.
But yes, this one was Lolo Did It,
Yep.
who is not from Calgary, but from Las Vegas. And yeah, so Catherine Ann shawl.
Yeah.
Woohoo!
Alrighty. That's my faux.
I don't have any faux.
Alrighty. Oh.
Carry on without me or stop and start us again in a minute. Because we're probably getting to that point.
Yeah, we're
aren't we?
getting there. It is time for whips. So, my temperature scarf is coming along. Why I pulled this out so I would be prepared and I didn't get all the things together. So, yeah. For those of you who don't know, we are doing a knit along for a temperature scarf blanket thing where you knit a row or two every day based on the temperature and weather of the day. And so here continues mine. It's still very much the same as it has been for the last little bit, and yeah, it is getting a little bit warmer. I say as I look up and realize that I still have some blue in my stitches. So yeah, here it is. Yeah.
Very nice.
Thank you.
So yeah, winter through spring.
Yeah. Yeah, this is caught up to last Saturday.
And for those of you following along, I have not worked on mine at all. Yeah, that happened. Or not, as the case may be.
Or not.
All right. So, I am still working on the Roselle Tea
Okay.
by Patty Lyons. So there is the back section that I finished, and I think I showed you a couple of times ago, and you can just see that little triangle detail there
Yep.
in the front. So now, I seriously knit this part of this half of the sweater twice.
Yeah.
I have to tell you the whole thing. So there we go. But now the side with the lace panel is complete. And what I did, I think I mentioned last time, is I knit up to about this point on the sweater, and I ended up pulling it back to, because I made enough mistakes it needed to be pulled back. And then I got up here and I did my casting off for my sleeves and the sleeve shaping. And then I read the pattern and it said like knit to whatever it was, however many inches. And even though I'd already made one, so I was knitting to however many inches that was from the last place that I had decreased for the armhole.
Okay.
When it should have been from where the armhole shaping began.
Right.
So I over knit by, it was either 12 or 20 rows. So on the full width.
Yeah.
So I had to pull that back.
Yeah.
Then I was working on these decreases for the neckline, and I again don't know what I was thinking, because I kept saying, like, the directions that go further on, they don't make sense because they can't happen. I think it said, like, you know, decrease, make these decreases, and then it said until you have 18 stitches left.
Okay.
I thought it said 18 times.
Oh, okay.
So I decreased. I did 18 decreases where I think it was about double the decreases anyway.
Right.
So again, I knit this way up here on both sides and then had to pull it back again. So yeah, I've knit this twice. Basically. Yeah. But it's done now. And if you recall, this is reversible. So this can either be the front or the back.
Yeah.
And that pleat, isn't it neat the way that pleat hangs? And I haven't blocked it yet. But I think, because even just holding it up, right? That pleat just does that automatically. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
And now I have started the sleeves. So the sleeves are done in the full lace pattern. And I am learning something that I already knew.
Okay. But
this is forcing me to take it seriously. Because that's my problem, right? I do the, oh, I know.
Yeah.
And then I go, oh, shoot, I did that wrong. But whatever, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
So because this is entirely lace pattern, you really have to pay attention as you're doing that cap shaping.
Okay.
That you're keeping the lace pattern even. So not just so much that that the pattern's like following up properly, because you can read your knitting and see where you're at in the pattern, but because the pattern with lace, there's yarn overs and there's knit to decreases and increases all through the lace, but you're also decreasing to make the cap shape.
Okay.
So you're losing stitches.
Yeah.
So you come up to stitches that, like, there may be a yarn over, but the knit two together that goes with that yarn over, you can't knit.
Okay.
Because you've taken those, you've decreased those stitches out.
Yeah.
So if you do that yarn over, you're essentially increasing a stitch.
Yeah.
And I know this is like a little, but as I say, in the past, I just sort of would have gone, yeah, I think it's roughly going to work out like this. But this time I'm really forcing myself to do the math and to figure, and I got 3 rows into this decreasing and I screwed up. So I pulled it back. And I think I got it now. But it's knowing, because some of them are double decreases. So it's like there's a double decrease, but which yarn overs actually correspond to that double decrease. Yeah. It's not necessarily the 2 that are on either side of it. Yeah. So, yay! Good times. Anyway, so yeah, I'm really enjoying, now that I've sort of got through the part that I was screwing up, I'm enjoying this knit again. So hopefully I have until like next Sunday to catch up with the sleeves, and I should actually have them finished today. Alrighty. So that makes me very happy.
Yes, it does.
I am also, oh, you got another one?
I still have my socks.
Oh, of course you do. Yes, you do.
Yep. Yeah, my socks. Carrying on with my socks. I've begun the gusset increases. And so here they are again. Not very much progress this week.
That's that busy lifestyle,
right? So yeah, that stitch marker, that's where I was last week. And here I am. And yeah, gusset markers and yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Still not over the fact that these are the same ball of yarn.
Okay, Mike. You need to get over it.
I need to get over it. Yeah. Yeah. Did you ever actually type up your sock pattern? The one that I'm doing now? Okay. Did you ever send that to me? I think so. Maybe you did.
I think I did.
Okay.
Do you need it again?
Maybe, because like my intuitive knowledge for knitting a sock relies on having a contrast color, and I'm doing these without a contrast color. So
Oh, you're not going to do a contrast color?
No.
Right. Okay. So I'll get you my, because Mom said so, sock pattern. I will send that to you. And I am continuing to work on my scrap blanket. The idea coming from
Oh, it's very nice.
Cohi Locatelli. So I'm holding 3 fingering weight yarns together and basically just switching in a new yarn every time a ball ends.
Yeah.
Having said that, I think it was this where this darker teal is in there.
Yeah.
That it was funny because I still have like a good portion of a ball of yarn.
Oh.
So I might have like wrapped 2 balls of yarn together or something.
Okay.
Anyway, so that one, I came to the end of it all of a sudden. I wasn't expecting it.
Right.
And I said, okay, I'll just take that as a sign and I can use it again later.
Yeah.
So anyway, I really, really love the way it looks.
It's very nice.
And it is so squishy and soft.
Oh, yeah.
So again, what I'm doing, it's roughly 100 stitches on a size 5 millimeter needle, and just holding its garter stitch, 3 fingering weight socks together. It is so socks.
3 fingering weight yarns.
3 fingering weight yarns held together, and yeah, I'm going to do panels of this width, and that's the other thing. It goes quickly because you're not doing huge long rows.
Yeah.
And because you sort of come up to changes, and it's always interesting to see how the colors are going to go.
Yeah.
Great stash buster for your fingering weight yarns. So I'll do this panel, I'll do it as long as I want, and then I'll do another one, and if I want, I'll do a 3rd panel.
Yeah, and then sew them together.
Or I'll see, maybe my yarn will run out and I'll be going, oops.
Yeah. I guess I better get more fingering projects.
Guess I better do that. So anyway, those are, and of course, well, yeah, what else? I've got socks that I haven't worked on. And I've got Hearten that I haven't cast on. I've been good. I'm going to get through this, and then I'm going to cast Hearten on. Unless I cast on Ursa. We'll see what happens.
We'll see.
Or unless I start doing my swatches for my new sweater designs. I've got a little, it's not even a sweater design, it's a collection.
Ooh.
Okay.
Okay.
So, Mike, what do you bring to the table?
I bring to the table a game that spawned an entire genre of games, and I wanted to bring it today because of a particular article I saw, but that will be in a second. But the game I am bringing to the table today is Magic: The Gathering.
Now, I used to play this with my brother long before he was even born.
Yeah, and I remember a long time ago, we still have, in fact, a starter introduce you to play.
That's mine.
Yeah, it's yours.
But I think you have it.
I think it's still in the hutch downstairs.
Oh, is that where it is?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Anyway, Magic: The Gathering. The great thing about Magic: The Gathering is it's really whatever you want it to be. There are so many different ways to play Magic: The Gathering, but in the basic game, and I will show that in a second, you play against another person. You build a deck of cards, minimum 60 cards, out of your collection, because it's also a collectible game. And you face each other in combat, trying to be the first person to deal 20 damage to your opponent. And it's very well known for the 5 colors of magic that are known, that are represented, each with their own philosophies of what they want to do and how they want to do it, and the combinations
What
thereof.
are the colors?
The colors are white, blue, black, red, green. White is sort of like power by numbers. Blue is a lot of like card draw and spells and preventing your opponent from doing things. Black is
are they called mana or something?
Yeah, mana colors of mana. Black is sort of sacrifice and such. Red is hyper aggression. Green is like return to nature type things, and it's all very well laid out. And I actually just wanted to show you this card because I think this is the most valuable card in my collection. Actually,
valuable price-wise or valuable play-wise?
Price-wise,
okay.
because it's a collectible game, so there are collectors who will gladly take cards off your hand for real world money. Yeah, this is just a this is probably the most valuable card in my collection. Niv Mizzet Perrin foil promo card. So you can see the date stamp there on the art. That's what makes it promo. And yeah, I have this guy sleeved up in a deck, and I really need to play it more. I don't play it nearly enough. You know, the one thing that might put someone away from Magic the Gathering is, you know, it's a game. You can get really serious about it, and it can become a hobby. And if you don't have enough places to put your money with knitting, then Magic the Gathering is a great place to look to.
That or Dungeons and Dragons.
Or Dungeons and Dragons. But, I mean, Magic the Gathering has a Pro Tour, and people play for, like, $1 million prize pools.
Cool.
Yeah, I play it fairly casually, you know, there are all sorts of different formats and ways of play that you can look at, and even if you just want to maybe try it out for free, if you have a computer, a PC, there is a program called Magic the Gathering Arena, which is sort of a free-to-play game model of Magic the Gathering, and I play that fairly regularly, and yeah, Magic the Gathering, I enjoy it immensely. I don't play it nearly enough, and I'm not nearly good at it, but I like playing it.
Yeah, it's a neat game. I know when Cool Cam and I used to play it, that was and he was collecting cards, and he had all this stuff going on, and then I think he ran out of sort of people to play with.
Yeah. And actually, yeah, I wanted the whole reason for talking about Magic the Gathering today is because of an article I read that came out earlier today about a paper that came out last week in the discipline of game theory.
So is this like an academic paper?
Yeah, an academic paper. Game theory is sort of the study of games, and primarily like, you know, here's a given game with a set of rules and a state. Here are the conditions for winning. What is the probability of winning from this state?
From this state?
So like, you know, here the pawn is here, the king is there, the other queen is there, you know.
Okay, so from this, okay.
Yeah, from this.
Okay. Just state can mean so many things. Okay.
You know, who is more likely to win? What is
this configuration?
Yeah, what is the more optimal path to winning?
Sure.
And the developing of algorithms and methods of evaluating games to even try to get to such an answer. And a paper recently came out doing such an analysis on Magic the Gathering, and it found that no such algorithm exists.
Oh.
There is no...
Too many variables.
Too many variables. No such algorithm exists, which makes Magic the Gathering the first real-world game where there is no game theory algorithm to predict who will win a game from a given game state.
Cool. Wow, that's pretty interesting.
Yeah, which flies right in the face of general game theory, which says that such an algorithm always exists.
Right.
So, yeah.
Yeah. Neat.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Mm-hmm.
So, there you go. Magic the Gathering.
Yes.
Woohoo. Anything else that we have to talk about?
Well, I may finally be moving out. I am finally moving out. One of my coworkers in Vernon needs a roommate, and I was able to get in there and say I'll do it. So I'm moving out probably near the end of the month, at the end of the month, next month.
Don't know what that's gonna do to, you know, our.
We'll find time.
We'll figure the filming out.
Yep.
And but yeah, it'll be interesting, and then you'll probably have to do the editing without me, and
Maybe.
yeah. But anyway, yay! Well, okay, pro and con.
Yeah.
Because I said to my husband the other night, as we unknowingly, Mike was following us home. He was coming home from work, and we were coming home from being at a band concert dancing thing. But I said, yeah, you know, gonna kind of miss Mike kicking around the house. So, but yeah, empty nest. Woohoo! Hey, knitting, Melissa.
Yeah, she had a sudden.
Actually, might have pictures.
Ooh.
I've got some pictures. Maybe we can share.
Yeah, maybe.
So, for those of you who are newer with us, Melissa is my daughter, Mike's older sister.
Mm-hmm.
We had that contest.
Yep. What?
And yeah, who's older?
Oh yeah,
Melissa.
right. Yes.
And then we had the who's older, me or Cool Cam.
Yeah.
So Mike's older sister. So she's been, she was knitting a baby blanket for a friend whose baby is now almost 2 years old.
Yeah.
So that went really well. It was about this long, maybe about 2 inches long for 2 years, roughly.
Yeah.
And now she's like tucked into it, and she wants to get it finished by this coming weekend.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's a little bit ambitious.
I do too.
But more power to her. She's got a goal. She's working towards it.
Yeah.
And her reason for wanting to get it done by this coming weekend is because she's coming out, because Sunday's Mother's Day. We don't really do that in our house. But anyway, Sunday's Mother's Day, so she's coming out for dinner. This was all she just said, I'm coming out for dinner. And she's looking for some help on how to weave in her ends and blocking and stuff, which again isn't really going to apply to the blanket.
No.
So yeah, hopefully we've got some pictures that we've either already shown you or we'll show you now or whatever.
Yeah.
Of Melissa's blanket. Sorry, there's a car horn alarm going on and I'm wondering if it's mine. But
It just
there
stopped,
you go.
So, yeah.
Okay. I think that's it. Don't you?
Well, there's events from around the world.
Oh my gosh! I totally forgot events from around the world. It's time for events from around the world. Sorry for that spoiler alert, because that probably came as a shock and surprise that we were going to do events from around the world. It did to me. All right. So, coming up on Friday, May 10th, 2019, it is the Shepherd's Harvest Festival at the Washington County Fairgrounds, Lake Elmo, Minnesota. Yeah.
Beg your pardon?
What?
Hang on.
The Washington County
Washington
Fairgrounds.
County. Okay.
See, that can get confusing. These counties that are named after states. Well, I'm sure they're not named after states. They're named after presidents.
Washington, yeah.
But anyway. All right, so there's that. The Shepherd's Harvest Festival. On May 25th, 2019, coming up is the Edmonton Fiber Frolic.
Mm-hmm.
And that's be there. And on June 8th, 2019, the Kawartha Yarn and Fiber, just Kawartha Yarn and Fiber at Fenelon Falls Community Centre, Fenelon Falls, Ontario. And I'm pretty sure that's one that we were sharing last year too, because I remember trying to say all of that.
Okay.
So yeah, that one's June 8th. So mark your calendars so you're ready to go to that. And Yarn Okanagan's coming up too.
Yeah.
End of this month. Why is that not on my list?
I don't know. Why isn't that on your list?
Yarn Okanagan is coming up at the end of the month. So if you want to find out more about that, look up Yarn Okanagan.
Mm-hmm.
And be there. There's some great classes being held. Chantel from Mud Punch is teaching some dyeing.
Ooh.
And there's other ones too. I can't even. Anyway. All right. So yeah.
Okay. That's about everything.
That is now about everything.
Okay. Thank you so much for joining us today. Please remember to like, comment, and subscribe. It really helps us out here on YouTube. Follow us on Instagram, Close Knit Family Knitcast. Join us on Ravelry. All the information for that will be on the end card and in the description. And as always, keep your knitting close and your family closer. Bye.